Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. I have the beautiful and sunny radiant tarot on the tarot table today. Enormous box, radiant tarot. You can sort of see who the people are who are responsible for it, and I'll show you the spine so you get a better look. It's my very royal card, my very happy and jolly royal card, which I cracked open during the Jubilee weekend when the children, the Cambridge children, became very prominent. And again today, and that's why I have these cards out, and they are flying all over the place, as you may be able to see. They do want to talk, and we have Prince George at Wimbledon today. Very cute, very sweet. Arrived with his mum in his best clothes, his little blazer, and shook hands with people and did a little talk to people and a little smile, and we have the dog shouting in the background. And then Dad, to greet him, Prince William was already there at Wimbledon. Big bear hug and a kiss. Parents are really looking after him, explaining everything to him. A lot of contact, a lot of touching, a lot of attention and comfort and reassurance. They're fantastic parents from what I'm seeing. And then of course we have the people in Montecito who were caught sitting in the gutter looking pretty scruffy, if it really was them. Still controversy about that. And poor little Archie, who looks like a sweet little boy, suddenly had his face pixelated, but there he was looking a bit scruffy, and parents clinging on to him for dear life as if he was going to make a bolt for it and flee, and sucking on a lollipop. Not exactly dignified, not exactly very royal. So we're going to have a look and see how Prince George is doing, how he's handling today, how the year has been for him. It's been a big year. He really has stepped up and into the public eye, how they're feeling in Montecito when they see this lovely, lovely boy at Wimbledon. And the parents, Catherine looks absolutely spectacular. She just looks better and better every time I see her. William too. Prince George looks absolutely gorgeous, very shy, very sweet. How do they feel in Montecito? And how's it going to go from Prince George, the royals, this new generation that's coming out? How's it going to go? So just a short 5-card reading, because you guessed it, it's load shedding, the lights are out. It's very cold here in South Africa, as you can see from the extremely woolly cardigan that I have on. So the lovely sunny cards are for me as well as for you. Some of you I know are stuck in a heat wave, but some of you, if you're in the southern hemisphere in particular, are in very cold conditions right now. Well, cold for us. And interesting card that's come out, the chariot in reverse. It's a Cancer card, the chariot. It is forward movement, direction. When it's in the reverse, it's progress that's impeded. Taking things slowly. That's what's coming to my mind actually when I see this. I don't get bad vibes from this card, the chariot in reverse. It's progress, it's dynamic forward motion, normally ambitious motion, really whipping and moving, even though in this case the person is on an elephant, which is not known for its speed sometimes, but chasing a car down a road and a game reserve here in South Africa. You'd be amazed how fast they can go, but generally not so much. But I think that this is just taking it slowly, taking it very, very slowly with him, easing him out into the public eye very, very slowly. And I think guided by that chariot is the father figure, of course, the Cancerian father, William, Prince William, making sure that Prince George isn't pushed too far, too fast, and hurtled into the public gaze. So I don't think anything sinister is going on with that card at all. Just being cautious, being very careful with him. So the heart of the matter, the energy, we're looking at it from Prince George. Page of Pentacles, again in reverse. We're getting cards coming out in reverse. It's a child, it's an earth sign child, who is shy, introverted, really finding it quite challenging being in the public gaze. I'm putting a different interpretation onto these cards than I normally would. It's normally communication, it's normally contracts and negotiations and learning stuff, but he is learning stuff. He's learning things, he's learning new skills. He's a beginner. Pages are beginner energy. beginner mind, as the Buddhists would say. And he is learning, but again, taking it very, very slowly with him, not forcing him into anything, and at his own pace, and what he's comfortable with and what they're comfortable with, and making sure they keep checking in on him and making sure he's okay, because it is about communication. It is about being out there and having to shake hands with people and make chit chat. Very daunting. It would be daunting for me as a very mature adult to have to go and do this, but for a very young boy to have to go and do this while cameras are rolling, people are lip reading and making sure they know exactly what he said, and then every now and then a little giggle and a sort of a little blush. Very awkward for him, very difficult for him. But let's see how he's feeling today. Today in particular, how's he doing? How is it going? The Devil in reverse. It's a big card, this. He was dreading it, the Devil. We've got both parents out now. We've got the Chariot and the Devil. We've got the Cancerian and the Capricorn. They're both in reverse. Quite interesting. Quite interesting that the parents are coming out here in reverse. Something that he feels he's got to do. Whether he likes it or not, he has got to do this. I probably would rather be kicking a football around with his friends today, Sunday afternoon. Got much better things to do, playing video games, whatever he wants to do. But no, he's got to be out there and he's got to be in the public gaze because parents have said so. So it's one of the reasons why I think we've got the parents in the reverse here, both of them. But the Devil is, of course, everything toxic when it's upright, and when it's in reverse, it turns out that it's not so bad. That's my reading. I'm reading for a child. I'm reading these cards quite differently, as I keep saying. It's not nearly as bad as he thought it was going to be. A lot of dread going into this, thinking, oh, this is going to be so terrible. I'm going to be so embarrassed. I'm not going to know what to say. I'm not going to know how to behave. And everyone's going to be staring at me and it's going to be so awkward and uncomfortable. But lo and behold, turns out that so far today has actually not been nearly as toxic, nearly as difficult, nearly as challenging as he thought it was going to be. And how in general has this year been? A big year for him, big year for his siblings. They have been really in the public gaze now. How's it been going for him? This is a taste of his life ahead. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult for him. 10 of Cups in reverse. Something he doesn't want. The 10 of Cups, when it's upright, is your ultimate happiness. The perfect life, the dream life. Happy, happy, happy. 10 of Cups. When it's in reverse, it's very difficult. He is finding this very difficult. I'm sure that if I was reading for Charlotte or Louis, Prince Louis, Princess Charlotte, I would find quite different cards here. But for him, there's a weight on him of expectation on those little shoulders that he is finding it very, very difficult. We can see that for the fact that all the cards are coming out in the reverse. For him, it's difficult, it's challenging, it's the negative energy of these cards. It is his world turned upside down as he's getting older and he's really getting to understand what this means. The fact that he is in the line of succession, so high up in the line of succession, and there's such very great expectations for him, the way he's got to behave, the way he's got to dress, the way he's got to look, the way he is scrutinized. Very, very, very difficult for him. Very difficult, and I really feel very sorry for him. So what's going on in Montecito now? Are there dents in the walls? Another truckload of crockery on its way. If they're even in Montecito, who knows where they are, how are they feeling as they're watching this after their display in Jackson Hole. Very scruffy display, literally sitting in the gutter. Harry looking very unhappy. Meghan, we didn't get to see her face. Very carefully hidden from us. Archie, there for all the world to see. As I say, cute kid, but really just very average, and no fault of his own, fault of his parents for the way he is being treated and the way he has been raised so far away from his heritage and his legacy as a member of the royal family. How's it going in Montecito? What are they feeling? 6 of Cups. Yeah. A lot of sorrow. A lot of sorrow. Another reversal. And 6 of Cups is happy memories when it's upright. Memories that you've made with your friends, with your family, from your childhood. togetherness, reconciliation when it's upright. Looking at it, and that for me coming through very strongly is Prince Harry's energy, but also Meghan's. And let's point you at the disclaimer in the box below. My opinion, tarot reading, entertainment purposes, you know the drill. This is my speculation with the Six of Cups in reverse, that they are feeling very sorry for themselves right now. They're looking at what might have been. They're looking at things that they have lost, connections that they have lost, relationships, friendships, memories that are now quite sour, that have been tarnished forever. And looking at it, they're looking at the past. The Six of Cups is the past. So they're looking backwards. They're not looking forwards. If they were looking forwards, they would be seeing their own child and the difficult life that he is going to have, Archie, because of decisions that they have made. And there could be somewhere in there, but mostly I think they're just looking back and they're thinking, could have been us, should have been us. We've lost that now. We really have lost that connection, lost those memories, lost everything there. And so quite bitter, very bitter memories right now for them in Montecito. And the outcome of all of this baptism, very gentle, not a baptism of fire, quite the reverse. It's a very, very gentle induction process that Prince George is going through. Outcome for him, outcome for the royal family, outcome for everyone. How's it going? How's it going to be going? And we get the moon in reverse. And I'm quite glad to see this card. It's another Cancerian card. It's an emotional card. When the moon is upright, you're dealing with your fears, your deepest, darkest fears. Things that go croak in the night and frighten you, shadows, your own shadows that frighten you, your own self, things that you imagine that are difficult going to be. He thought this was going to be really, really scary, and it's turning out that it's not so scary after all. He's managing it, he's handling it. I've got two big cards here telling me a similar story. That even though he is quite intimidated and he is quite unhappy with the situation that he finds himself in, and who can blame him, it would be an unusual child to think that this is wonderful. Hooray, I'm so happy that I'm wherever he is in the line of succession is at third. But the moon in reverse tells me that he's adjusting to it, he's getting over his fear, he's getting over his anxiety, his nerves. It's a very emotional card, the moon. It's depression, it's worry, it's needing your mum, needing to hang on to your mum's legs, wrap yourself around your mum's legs, hang on to her skirt, her dress, whatever, that kind of feeling. Don't want to get lost, don't want to get left behind, scared of being in crowds. You know how it is with young children clinging on to you when you're out in crowds. He's getting over that need to be looked after, and I think quite soon we're going to see him sort of pushing away that parental contact and touch and reassurance and saying, oh, I don't need it, I'm okay, I'm a big boy, I'm fine. We're getting to that stage. This is very emotional for him. It's very difficult for him. He's an emotional boy. He's an empathetic boy. I've done readings on him. It's very clear. He's very sensitive. Very, very, very. So particularly difficult for him. But he's handling it. And he is being managed very well by his parents. It's very clear to see he's being handled very well. He's being looked after very well. And I would say that they have taken a lot of advice and expert advice and help with the situation that they find themselves in to try and protect him and to try and avoid some of the pitfalls that other generations of royals have fallen into along the way. That's your reading. That's Prince George. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.